So day 8 of the Pacific crossing. I'm back under autopilot, so that's the big news of the day, and I've done about 120 miles since yesterday. The autopilot came back on last night at about 2000, and it stayed on all night. I'm suspecting that there was some humidity that accumulated in it, and that's why it didn't work. So I'm trying to protect it with right now with some duct tape and some saran wrap just to try to keep the water away from it. It's looked like the display is not waterproof anymore. So that video is just to show you the kind of conditions I'm under right now. So as you can see, calm seas, not very heavy wind. I got out just the main out because the jib doesn't hold well. I don't have a pole to go wing on wing, and I'm kind of going deep in the wind here. So that's that. Not a lot of sun, obviously, and that's kind of a problem because I'm running low on energy. The poor NC is doing what it can, but at 4.5 knots, 5 knots, I should have another kind of propeller, a bigger one to produce more power, but it's keeping the boat alive, but not good enough. So maybe I'll have to run the alternator today if I don't get more sun, or I'll have to load shed one of the two. Um, but still smooth sailing conditions, and I'll be back to my normal average of, hopefully I'll do 150 miles per day with those kinds of conditions. The wind picked up a little bit on that shot there, so that I took the two shots in different time frame. You can see my Starlink antenna here that I so love. I mean, it changes everything. I used to sail on just an Iridium Go, which was fine. It was a decent, emergency, limited capability kind of thing. But the Starlink just, it's it allows a completely different kind of essay on offshore, and I feel a completely different kind of um, ability for safety and all that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of implications for it. So that's the way here. So that's the predict wind weather routing that I'm being given. So I'm not sure exactly like all these lines are according to different weather model, and they just calculate according to the boat speed's potential. You can define your boat, like what boat you're using. So if you're on a, like for example, I have a Bavaria 40, and they don't have quite my boat model, so I've put Bavaria 42. It's kind of close. Um, and if you just play that, you'll see that it shows you where the boat needs to go. And there's kind of a choice to be made, like about right now, should I go south? It looks like if I go south, I'll be in lighter wind, but I'll be in constant wind according to that model the whole time, which is kind of tempting for me to do because it looks like a better that looks to me like a better wind angle than having to go dead downwind. Like the plus here is that you get those stronger winds, but I don't kind of want those stronger winds. I think I'd be happier this way. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do, but I kind of like this area here better because my boat can get the hull speed here. I don't need to go here to get my hull speed. Now the other question is, as we approach, the model approaches the ITCZ, what's going to happen? You can kind of see here it's patchy. So anytime you see patchiness here, you kind of have to suspect that, oh, maybe is that going to work? Am I going to really go into that narrow corridor, or am I going to fall in one of those blue holes there? Now I can still make way with, they say 10 knots here, but 5 knots is getting dicey. It's See that's too far south. So I think I'm gonna still head more west. Somehow that boat here, like if the problem with this zone here is you don't exactly know what you're gonna get. It's not sure, like because it's too light to be reliable. If it does materializes that way, it's kind of okay. And so all the other models are going like more to the west. These guys are in that blue now. This guy is getting back some wind. So the problem is that I'm suspicious of the quality um, of that forecast. Like when it's very light like that. Although I'll say like up to now, PredictWind has been amazing. Like really trust those weather software. I'm questioning this here because it's very light. So when a pattern is not really well established, you kind of have to question it. But in general, like those forecasts are amazingly accurate in my opinion anyway. So that's for the routing, and then it just once I get here, I'll feel like I'm almost home. I'm not quite there yet. Hopefully the pilot's going to stay on for the whole time. So that's the more near-term weather forecast. I'm at the green dot right here. So I'm trying to see if I'm going to get like what I'm going to get some lulls or something like that. It doesn't look like so right now. It looks okay. This is getting lighter, but at that point, like I'm 12 hours from it, so I'll be more in that quarter here, that region. Um, so that seems good. And the last thing that I use Predict for is the AIS picture. So a lot of boats AIS nowadays have satellite AIS, which is my case. You can track me and follow me on my AIS via satellite. If you have like an application that you pay for, you need to pay for the service. Application like marine traffic don't give the whole data picture away. They want you to pay for that. But if I click here, this is my boat. And what I like about that is, you know, now I can look around using the internet through satellite communication because all these boats are transmitting their position through satellite. And now I can look around myself and say, okay, the nearest boat is this one. It's not coming in my direction. This one is kind of maybe going to cross my path here, but it's far away and this is going to happen in a long time. So I get, in my view, an extended range visual on the AIS picture, which is useful for essay purposes. I like that. Um, Now, is it obviously like not every boat transmit on satellite, so I still use my AIS still uses VHF, so that's no problem. I still have the VHF capability the same way any AIS would have it. It just I feel like this gives an extended range that is kind of welcome. Um, so that's it. That's about it. Oh, I need to show you. That's the biggest problem I got right now. So you see, it's 9:30 and I'm still down 6 amps, 7 amps, 9 amps. The solar panels are producing almost nothing right now because there's almost no sun as you saw on the weather picture. So the fact that there's no sun kind of maybe I'll have to run the motor. The hydro generator is in the water, it's doing its best, but I'm not going really fast and it needs to those hydro generators are really effective past 6 knots, and now I'm doing 4.5, so it's producing a bit of power, but not much. There's an option to change my propeller. Like the propeller I got is a 240 millimeter, and you could stick a 280 millimeter on it, and that produces power at a lower water speed. I don't have that right now, so if there's no more sun, at some point I'll have to run the diesel to get the battery charged. We'll see if I end up having to do that. So that's the update for today. That's what's going on. I'm super happy to have my autopilot back. That's the best thing of the day.